everyone. This is Sharon with Entelechy Visions, and this is an energy update for the week of October 7th through October 13th. So we are moving further into October now, and October is bringing quite a different flavor from the last month of all of that integration after the transformation of the summer. And now we're moving into this faster speed of life that I'm sure you can feel it in your own life. That it almost feels like a lot of the puzzle pieces of our life are starting to fit into place, where things may have felt very stagnant or put on hold. They're now aligning in a way that are very beautiful, that even though there are some challenges in our life, those challenges are also popping up to reveal the gifts behind the challenges. So we're finding that a lot of the structures of our lives are starting to become very tangible, that the things that we have been craving for a long time, there's almost like this levity that has returned, this excitement that people are getting more excited about the things that are happening. There's like a radiance that's coming back. And it's almost like we are just soaking up this joy after walking in the desert for many, many months. And it's well deserved and well earned because we have definitely been through a lot. And this year really is overall, when you think about 2019 is actually the final year in the decade. So when you think about the final years in a decade, they are usually very purging and transformative because we're completing a cycle of an entire decade, of an entire 10-year cycle. And so that last year before we change over into that new year is a lot of that reflecting on the past and purging and getting ready for a completely new phase. So 2020 will be that new decade, it will be that new cycle. And we're in this preparation. And with October rolling around, we're now really kind of skating into the next couple months already on that path towards the new year. And 2020 is due to be quite a potent year at that. That I won't get too much into the astrology of it, but it's known to be one where it's going to bring great transformation on many, many levels. So this is a good thing because there are structures in place right now that are no longer working. And so change is due to happen. And I know that we all realize that something needs to change and that many, many things need to change. So there's a good reason why transformation needs to happen. It may not always look pretty, but underneath any great transformation, there's always purpose. There's always a higher viewpoint of why things need to deconstruct to realign again. So we're in that preparatory phase to ready for this great shift. And over the course of the next many years are going to escalate the evolution of our culture, of our personal lives, of our collective, and on a global scale. So there's really only one way, and we're all going up on this path, in this evolution. So we're part of it, and that's the most exciting thing because you signed up for this journey. You signed up to be here at this time, and there's no mistake why you're here at this time. So you're here to offer your own special flavor and gift of what you came to offer. And if you don't know what that is, That's okay. To just move towards what brings you joy, to move towards the very things that light you up, that allow you to feel expansive, to allow you to share more of that light of who you are with the world. So as we move into this week, we are really feeling that escalation of energy and that forward momentum occurring. So it's important to really also pace yourself as well, to not feel like you maybe have to tend to every single email or issue right away, so that you're not burning yourself out, so that you are being mindful of your own pace and your own balance and needs. Because as things escalate, we can tend to kind of ride along with that energy and feel like we have to keep up the pace, kind of like we're driving in traffic and someone is going really fast and you may find yourself speeding up. But try to maintain your speed, maintain your groundedness and rootedness in your own energetic space, so that you aren't swept up by the whirl of what's occurring, but you are also being mindful of the balance that you specifically need for your own path, because it will be different for every single person. That, maybe some days you need more inward energy. Maybe you need to go within and tend to your self-care, take extra rest. And another person around you is feeling fine and they're going a million miles a minute. So just be aware of what your needs are, and that you can find a way to root and ground and breathe into your own specific path, so that the speed doesn't sweep you up. It's also good to really tie up some loose ends right now as well. That if you have anything that is on hold, maybe projects that you've been wanting to tend to, or you've put on the back burner, or maybe you'll get to them next month, or maybe there's some hesitancy of why you have not tended to something. Maybe there's more wrapped up in that, like a fear to present something to the world or share a gift. So right now is a good time to really face that and to tie up those loose ends before the holiday season begins, and also before the next year begins. So it's a good time to really go within and to create whatever is craving your attention at this time in your life. You may find that right now things are really kind of igniting, that you're feeling more alive, you're feeling more like yourself. And we've kind of been in this like Phoenix rising or a snake shedding its skin kind of phase, where we are now rising from the ashes, or we're shedding this skin, we're shedding the old self, we're getting rid of this old sheath, and we are moving into this new birth of who we have become. And there is kind of like this rawness a little bit, because when you think of a snake shedding its skin, the skin, the new skin on the snake is very fresh, and it's also very sensitive because it's completely brand new. So if you're feeling a little bit of that, where you're feeling sensitive with this new cycle, with this new phase, like a skin that you're now trying on, but you're not exactly sure how to operate in just yet, that's okay. It's part of this cycle right now. It's almost like we're trying to find our footing again after so much transformation, but also it's like we have rebuilt ourselves and we are completely new. So allow this kind of learning curve period are the words coming up. That there will be this learning curve of learning who we are now, learning who we've become, but also navigating our environment and the connections and what's coming up for us in this new phase. So be patient, be gentle with yourself. And that as you're finding your footing again and you're getting established in what you have created and what that means for you now, to allow yourself to organically flow into it. And if there is this raw sensitivity coming up, just to kind of drop back into your heart space with it. That if you're feeling sensitive, if you're feeling raw, coming back to your heart in moments like that will really allow you to surrender to what is happening and to also trust the unfoldment, because there is a reason why it all feels kind of tender at the moment, but it's also very exciting. So coupled with this rawness can also be this amazing new journey, because we do have this new skin. We are this new self. So there is this potential of what lies ahead, and it feels grand because so much is at play of what could possibly be created in this new space. So we have a wonderful week ahead. We have a much lighter and more levity in our week as we are moving more into October. And I hope that you are having a wonderful harvest season and things are showing up in your life that feel magnificent and beautiful. Despite the challenges, I hope that a lot of magic is returning to your life and that you can take a deep breath and a sigh of relief and just allow yourself to kind of settle into what you've created and to know that you have earned it and that you deserve it. And there is so much goodness on the way in the spaces between the challenges, in the spaces between your own shadow. There are always little pockets of light that are piercing through and reminding you that everything is well. So I hope you have a wonderful week. If you need additional support, feel free to reach out to me at entelechivisions.com. I offer remote sessions by phone or in-person sessions in Arizona. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for listening.